Hey guys, how are you? The PlayStation 6 is already a reality, being a console that is currently being developed and will probably be released in mid-2027 or 2028. That's why today I bring 10 new games that will extract all the power of the PS6. I'm Matthew, and we're starting the list with The Witcher 4, the next big chapter in the acclaimed action RPG series from CD Projekt Red, based on the work of Andrzej Sapkowski. Announced in March 2022 and officially revealed at the Game Awards in December 2024, the game marks the beginning of a new trilogy, with Ciri, Geralt of Rivia's adopted daughter, taking on the role of protagonist. Although initially designed for the PS5, the game will likely be optimized to take advantage of the PS6's power, with greater graphical fidelity, higher resolutions, such as native 4K or even 8K in specific modes, and even faster loading times, thanks to advanced SSDs and greater processing power. Unreal Engine 5 combined with CD Projekt Red's collaboration with Epic Games will allow the game to explore features such as real-time global illumination, ultra-realistic textures, and procedural animations, enhancing immersion in scenarios such as the forests and mountains of Kavir.
Oh, look at this poor gentleman being taught how to fly by an angry innkeeper. That's what happens when you cheat at Gwent.
Last of it, is it? Ready to wait. Sir.
Suffice to say, they'll not reach you. As for the salt, I found not one speck. I presume this comes as no surprise to you. Now. Kavir's smuggling trade is of no concern to me.
Shush.
The manticore that flattened your cart and devoured your men? Quite the opposite.
Manticore? No.
Gift for all Witcher fans. A first look at Lanexeter.
Onward, Kelby. We've worked.
Stellar Blade fans are eagerly awaiting the official announcement and more details about Stellar Blade 2. Although there is still no concrete information about the release date of the PS6, the developer Shift Up has already confirmed that a sequel is in development and aims to release it before the end of 2027. The expectation is that Stellar Blade 2 will bring a richer and more in-depth narrative, as director Hyung-tae Kim mentioned that the first game had some limitations in cutscenes and story due to costs and focus on gameplay. It is still early to predict the exact specifications of the PlayStation 6, but we can imagine how Stellar Blade 2 will be able to take full advantage of the power of the next generation of consoles. With the expected evolution in hardware, it is likely that the PS6 will offer a significant leap in terms of graphical and CPU processing power, allowing for much more detailed and dynamic environments. This will translate into even more vast and intricate scenarios, ultra-high-resolution textures, and incredibly realistic character models, raising the visual standard that already impressed in the first Stellar Blade. The PS6 architecture will likely further enhance technologies such as ray tracing, resulting in hyper-realistic lighting, reflections, and shadows that will immerse players in an even more believable and visually stunning post-apocalyptic world.
We've come quite far. How much more do we have to go? It's surprising to see a city in a place like this. All this talk of you being the chosen one, it ends here. Why would she want to destroy us?
Why did Mother Sphere hide this truth from us?
There will be nothing left of you when I'm finished.
That's not an ordinary enemy!
What is that?
It's me,
The future of the acclaimed Horizon franchise is generating great expectation, and Horizon 3 is, without a doubt, the most anticipated title. Although there is still no official announcement from Sony or Guerrilla Games, rumors and behind-the-scenes information point to a release in 2027, possibly as a cross-gen title for PlayStation 5 and PlayStation 6. This release strategy would allow the game to reach a wider player base, while Sony transitions to its next generation of consoles. The story should continue Aloy's plot, with the threat of Nemesis being a central point, promising an epic conclusion to the main trilogy. When Horizon 3 arrives on the PlayStation 6, the expectation is that it will explore the full potential of the new hardware in ways that the PS5 simply cannot. This includes ultra-realistic graphics, with even more detailed textures, enhanced dynamic lighting and shadows, and an unprecedented level of environmental detail. In addition to the visuals, the PS6 will allow Horizon 3 to offer a smoother and more immersive gaming experience. Higher and more stable frame rates, potentially 4K at 60 FPS or even 8K, combined with the virtually instant loading provided by a next-generation SSD, would eliminate loading screens, making exploring Horizon's vast open world a continuous and uninterrupted journey.
In plain song, a red blight consumes the fields, threatening to destroy the cycle of life and rebirth. The Utaru sing to heal the land, but no hymn will save them. And further west, the Tenakth. 3 clans, each as different as the lands they dominate. After generations of bloodshed, they now cling to a fragile peace, faced with a new enemy. Regala and her rebels. Yet as deadly as they are, there are rumors of an even stronger tribe. Strangers pass the shore, searching for secrets on the very edge of the West.
The land is dying. And the machines are out of control. Whatever comes, I will be ready.
Intergalactic. The Heretic Prophet is the next big game from Naughty Dog, the acclaimed studio behind hits like The Last of Us and Uncharted. Announced with a trailer in December 2024, the game marks the studio's first original foray into the science fiction genre since the days of Jak and Daxter. In Intergalactic, players will take on the role of Jordan Munn, a dangerous bounty hunter who finds herself stranded on Semperia, a distant planet that has lost contact with the universe for centuries. Although the game was initially announced for the PS5, recent reports suggest that Intergalactic: The Heretic Prophet will not be released before 2027. This release window raises the strong possibility that the game will be a transition title between generations, or even one of the first major releases of the PlayStation 6. Considering the typical life cycle of consoles, the PS6 is expected for the end of 2026 or 2027. If this is confirmed, Intergalactic may be the perfect flagship to demonstrate the power leap of the next generation, taking full advantage of the capabilities of the new hardware. To extract all the power of the new PS6, Intergalactic will likely benefit from a series of technological advances. The PS6 is expected to come with a CPU based on the AMD Zen architecture, possibly beyond Zen 5, with more cores and threads for enhanced multitasking. and a GPU with AMD RDNA 5 architecture, manufactured in a 3-nanometer process.
That planet is over 600 years. Anyone who even flies close to it is never heard from again.
Superstitions.
No. Superstitions are the crazy rumors about what happened on that planet. These are facts.
You worry too much.
You know what I worry just right about? I say we wait for him to leave, or how about we find a new lead? He's not worth it. I'm wasting my time, aren't I?
Can you please claim him? I don't need another hunter swooping in.
Who is swooping? No one is crazy enough to go there.
He clearly is.
He is clearly desperate.
And so am I, so claim him, or I will find another agent.
You know, that's what deal with your fucking shit. Okay, alright, you know what? There, you're the boss.
Thank you.
Listen, kid. I'll see you on the other side.
I can tell you to talk about things, so I'll let you start. Yes, I'm listening. Oh, I understand that. You need help with what you say? Oh, that's crazy. That's crazy, because the last time that we talked about this, I felt like I was really clear. I gave you everything that you needed to hear, but you're still asking me for more. No, I'm just trying to understand what you're asking for. Because the only thing that I can't really describe right now is how angry I am about you not listening to what I said before. You're just not listening. You're projecting and you're not listening! You're not listening! No, you're not listening! Alright, what do you have to say? I'm listening. You make me feel like I'm losing my mind. I said it, and you're still not understanding. I've given you everything that you've been looking for. What else could I do? What else can I give you? What else can I say? What else do you need from me?
Grand Theft Auto 6 is the most anticipated game in the gaming industry, developed and published by Rockstar Games, with a confirmed release date of May 26, 2026, on PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series platforms. The game takes place in the fictional state of Leonida, inspired by Florida, with emphasis on the city of Vice City, a reimagining of Miami. The story follows the criminal duo Lucia Caminos and Jason Duval in a narrative that recalls the Bonnie and Clyde style, exploring themes of crime, trust, and ambition. Rockstar has a pattern of re-releasing its games on new generations of consoles with graphical and technical improvements, as happened with GTA 5, which went from PS3 to PS4 and PS5. It is likely that a future edition of GTA 6 for PS6 will receive significant updates, taking advantage of the more powerful hardware to offer improved visuals, higher frame rates, possibly 60 FPS, and even faster loading times, especially with technologies like direct storage. This PS6 optimized edition can fully explore the console's potential, such as greater urban density, more advanced ray tracing effects, and an expanded online experience for GTA 6 Online, which should follow the successful model of GTA Online. The presence of a fictional console similar to a PlayStation in one of the GTA 6 trailers has fueled speculation that the game already considers a next-generation scenario set in the near future.
And I ain't gonna lie to you, I'm a bit nervous that I might screw everything up that I've ever done. But what's the point of living if you ain't having fun? I guess I'll try this, try that, might miss, gotta find what I'm good at. I guess I look here, look there, over where am I scared, where am I at? I gotta make it in this life, whatever makes me happy, know I'm doing things right. Sipping in the summer on a goose and Sprite, or find a nightclub for the end of the night, oh. And we all got dreams, we all want things, but what you gonna do for it, how you gonna move for it, what you gonna be? And do you believe we can do anything? But what you gonna do for it, how you gonna move for it, what you gonna be?
Ill is a first-person action horror game developed by Team Clout, known for its graphic realism and oppressive atmosphere. Set in a mysterious research fort, the player faces grotesque creatures and a mystery that gradually unfolds. The game stands out for its advanced dismemberment system, with a bloody realism that promises a visceral experience. Although there is no official information about an improved version of Ill for the PS6, it is highly likely that a future edition will take advantage of the power of Sony's new console. The PS6, with its release scheduled for 2027 or later, promises a significant leap in terms of graphic performance and processing. Considering Ill's focus on graphic realism and bloody effects, a PS6 version could feature even more detailed textures, improved lighting, a greater number of polygons, and more realistic particle effects, raising the immersion and level of detail to a new level. An optimized version for the PS6 could include improvements in several aspects. The resolution could be increased to 4K or even 8K, with higher and more stable frame rates, resulting in a smoother and more immersive visual experience. Control 2, the highly anticipated sequel to the acclaimed game from Remedy Entertainment, is already in full production and promises to further expand the mysterious universe of the Federal Bureau of Control. Although an exact release date has not yet been confirmed, expectations point to 2027 or even 2028. The game, co-developed by Remedy and 505 Games, will continue the story of Jessie Faden and her fight against the Hiss inside the unpredictable old house. When Control 2 is adapted for the PS6, Remedy Entertainment will have unprecedented graphic and computational processing power at its disposal. This will allow for even more detailed and destructible environments, with incredibly realistic lighting and particle effects, elevating the already impressive visuals of the first game. The PS6's ray tracing capability will be enhanced, resulting in more precise reflections and shadows, and the next-generation SSD storage architecture will ensure near-instant loading and smooth transitions between areas of the old house, keeping the narrative dynamic and uninterrupted. In addition to the graphic advances, the PS6 will bring with it improvements in audio and tactile response from the DualSense controller, which will be crucial for the atmosphere of Control 2. Project Awakening is an open-world action RPG currently in development by Cygames. Announced in 2018, the game initially generated great expectation due to its impressive visuals and the promise of an innovative combat system. The game takes place in a medieval world inhabited by dragons, with inspiration from works such as Lord of the Rings and Game of Thrones. Although the map is not necessarily gigantic like in Skyrim, the promise is of a world rich in content and activities. Combat seems to be a strong point, described as dynamic and fluid. In a future edition optimized for the PS6, Project Awakening could offer an unprecedented immersive experience. We can expect a consistently high frame rate, perhaps even 120 FPS, with native 4K resolution, and the extensive use of technologies such as ray tracing for incredibly realistic lighting and reflections. The speed of the PS6's SSD storage would allow for near-instant loading and the rendering of large areas continuously, enhancing the feeling of a truly alive open world. In addition, advanced 3D audio and the tactile response of the DualSense could be fully explored, providing a sensory immersion that would make players feel every impact and every vibration of the fantasy world. Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 3, still without an official title, is the highly anticipated conclusion to the remake trilogy of the classic Final Fantasy VII, developed by Square Enix. The project has been underway since March or April 2024, shortly after the release of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, with about 9 months of development until January 2025. Part 3 will continue directly after the events of Rebirth, following Cloud Strife and the Avalanche group on their journey against the megacorporation Shinra and the villain Sephiroth. Although plot details are scarce, Kiedis revealed that the story was designed to offer a balance between fidelity to the original 1997 game and a new level of satisfaction that expands the narrative. Although Square Enix has confirmed that Part 3 will be released on the PS5, there is speculation about how the game could take advantage of a future PlayStation 6, should an optimized version be released. Rumors point out that the game may use Unreal Engine 5, which would enhance more realistic scenarios, advanced dynamic lighting, and greater density of details in Midgar and other areas. For the PS5, the game already promises graphic fidelity similar to Rebirth, but a future version for PS6 could offer textures in higher resolution, performance in 4K and 120 FPS, and enhanced visual effects, elevating the immersion.
Okay, though, right?
Well, of course he will.
They're the ones who blew up the reactors.
Cool. Should we say hi?
No, better not. After what they've done, you gotta assume Shinra's on their tail.
Look, a Moogle!
Stop!
We gotta help.
No freaking way!
Boss!
Get wrecked!
You guys should probably get moving.
Got it.
Whatever it is they're planning, you're better off out of it.
They deserve what's coming to them.
Yeah, they do, but I'm not your sister.
There you are.
Who are these jerks?
Kingdom Hearts 4 is the next major entry in the acclaimed action RPG series from Square Enix, combining elements of Final Fantasy with the Disney universe. Announced in April 2022, the game marks the beginning of the Lost Master arc, promising a new journey for Sora, Donald, and Goofy in a realistic world called Quadratum, inspired by Tokyo. The announcement trailer revealed an impressive visual, with graphics enhanced by Unreal Engine 5, and a smoother and more dynamic gameplay. The story will continue after the events of Kingdom Hearts 3, exploring new characters and challenges. Although the official release date of Kingdom Hearts 4 has not yet been announced, it is speculated that the game will arrive in 2026 or 2027. Considering the technological advancement between console generations, it is highly likely that an improved version of Kingdom Hearts 4 will be released later for the PlayStation 6, taking full advantage of the power of the new hardware. The expectation is for even more realistic graphics, greater performance, and possibly new features, such as enhancements in resolution and frame rate, or even virtual reality features. The PlayStation 6, scheduled for release in 2027, promises to be an extremely powerful machine with the potential for high-fidelity graphics and unprecedented performance. An optimized version for the PS6 of Kingdom Hearts 4 could feature even more detailed worlds. The enhanced graphic processing technology would allow for a level of realism never before seen in the series, elevating the immersion and visual impact of the narrative. Well, that was the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and see you in the next video.
だが一度退場すれば元の世界に戻れると思うな。